you, Jules. Good evening, everyone. A date with destiny in Prague. Two clubs for whom this could hardly mean more. Supporters who've waited a long time for major silverware. Some have been waiting their entire lives. Both believe this is their moment. Something that they've imagined so many times. For one, the wait ends tonight. For the other, the yearning will remain. Fans come here knowing this could be one of their very best or worst nights. Euphoria or dejection, there is no in-between. A major European final. Players here with a chance to be remembered forever. What a wonderful atmosphere it has been here for a long time in the lead-up to kick-off. West Ham still unbeaten in Europe this season, 13 wins and 1 draw, one more step from glory. This is Fiorentina's 17th Europa Conference League match of the campaign. They've won 11, drawn 2 and lost 3. West Ham in their change strip tonight. Fiorentina play in their home colours. By the way, in Florence, there are 30,000 at the Artemio Franchi right now. Vincenzo Italiano and David Moyes getting acquainted. 5 years ago, Italiano was working in semi-professional football. He's decided to leave the competition's joint top scorer Artur Cabral on the bench. Former Real Madrid forward Luka Jovic is picked ahead of him. Another big call is Kouame starting ahead of Ikone in the front three. Captain Cristiano Biraghi has more assists than any other defender in European competition this season. Watch out for Gonzalez, possibly the chief threat tonight. The Argentina international in form as well. 4 goals in his last 3 games. Says he gets chills, Italiano, when he thinks about the journey he's had in his coaching career. His first season coaching in European competition. Can he guide La Viola to their first European title since the 60s? Well, David Moyes had 2 big decisions to make in the full-back positions tonight. We'll see the lineup in a moment. First of all, Declan Rice and Cristiano Biraghi will shake hands. The referee from Spain, Carlos del Cerro Grande, the top-flight referee in La Liga since 2011. The all-important ball is delivered. Well, David Moyes has gone with Emerson over Cresswell at left-back. Vladimir Sofal is preferred to Thilo Kehrer at right-back. It's Sofal's 100th West Ham start. He and Thomas Souček used to call this stadium home when they played for Slavia Prague. This back 4 has only played together twice before. The 4-1 win over Ghent and the 4-3 loss at Palace in April. Well, for a few clubs, finals and silverware are commonplace over the years and decades, almost routine if you like. For the vast majority, they are rare and sought after and cherished beyond belief. And this is certainly the case for fans of Fiorentina and West Ham. This may be the 3rd European competition, but this a night, for those involved, that matters so much. The atmosphere tells us that. West Ham's first major European final in 47 years. It's a first in 33 for Fiorentina. A shot at glory, a match of great promise. Robbie Savage.
Yeah, really excited. I must say the West Ham fans travelled in the thousands, outnumbering Fiorentina fans 2-1 in the stadium. Great atmosphere.
Kouame gets on the ball early here, and it might run for Bonaventura. They will play with a really high press, Fiorentina, but West Ham can counter. Doing that now, Paquetá. Antonio. Benrahma makes the run beyond him. Antonio with the early shot. Saved by Terracciano. Lively start.
Positive start from both sides, you know. Fiorentina, the top scorers in the competition, but like in the semi-final against AZ Alkmaar, I think they'll have a lot of the ball. Fiorentina and West Ham, Don, will look to counter-attack them.
That's exactly what the game plan will be. Good evening, everybody. This will be a contrast in styles of what you like, because you're going to see a Fiorentina side that are second best in Serie A, keeping hold of the ball. Possession is strong for them, but West Ham and David Moyes will do the analysis on this game and the opposition, and they will look to counter double quick.
So much energy about the start of this game. Benrahma with Paquetá, one of those in the middle. Antonio's in there. Emerson forward to take the throw-in, picked ahead of Cresswell at left back tonight by David Moyes. One of a few big calls he had to make. Brought down here by Biraghi. The battle between him and Bowen down West Ham's right, the Fiorentina left, will be very important. Italiano already here, quite vociferously talking to Kouame.
Yeah, there's nothing in that. Bowen gets the ball. I hope we don't see a repeat of the Europa League final and players going down on so many occasions. Look at that. He's not touched Biraghi there.
I think there's some fascinating battles to try and keep an eye on. Biraghi up against Jared Bowen for a start, and Nico Gonzalez, a really talented player off Fiorentina's right-hand side, all left-footed up against Emerson. But you can't help but think Sofian Amrabat up against Declan Rice is really one to keep an eye on. Two fantastic players, and on this stage, both will be looking to shine.
A real 50-50 match, this, very hard to call. It's been a season with its challenges and frustrations for West Ham, but win tonight and it's what their campaign will ultimately be remembered for. European glory, that's what they're chasing tonight. Sent long by Ranieri, up to Kouame, the header won by Zuma. Knocked down by Rice. This is Gonzalez. Dodo. Gonzalez with Jovic waiting in the middle. Kouame is in there too. Rice has done well to keep that in play.
It's a great tackle from Rice. That's the second time we've seen a Fiorentina player goal down needlessly. It's a wonderful tackle, but Emerson there just went to the ball, should have stayed in his position, but a good job. The captain, Declan Rice, was on the cover. He recognises danger really well, Declan Rice, doesn't he? He does that, he covers a lot of ground, but he's very clever at getting back in on the cover, and he takes all of the ball. I think Gonzalez might have took an accidental hand or an arm to the face. That's what's probably injured him, but the tackle was very clean.
You'll notice some cups have been thrown from the West Ham end there towards Gonzalez. The suggestion from Gonzalez and the Fiorentina bench that an elbow was used there.
No, I don't think it was. I just think the West Ham players got to manage the situation. We've seen Roma in the Europa League final, you know, how many, you know, bookings they had, you know, all the game management. I think West Ham just got to keep their cool, relax, you know, keep their temperament really, because I think we're going to see this all evening, Don. Fiorentina players going down quite easily.
Yeah, it's not really like them, to be honest. I mean, Vincenzo Italiano talked before the game about getting tactical fouls themselves, so it'd be fascinating how that one plays out.
Paquetá combining with Benrahma.
I think what you can see tactically early on is Paquetá's obviously playing as a 10 and Amrabat standing on him, but likewise where Declan Rice is going a little bit deeper, Bonaventura is the player that's getting close to Declan Rice.
From Areola, finds touch. Once again picked ahead of Fabianski tonight in European competition, as has been the case all season. Amrabat. real star of the World Cup this winter. He's made more progressive passes than any other player in this competition this season. Ranieri. Amrabat.
He's got that lovely diagonal ball, hasn't he? You know, he can hit it 50, 60 yards. It's important. The full-backs are in good positions to, when the ball lands at the wide man's feet, they're in good distances and can stop crosses. And I think they're going to have to do that tonight, Don, because you've seen Fiorentina a lot this season.
Yeah, you do. When David Moyes would have done the analysis on Sofian Amrabat, he's got a brilliant range of pass. He can keep it simple, he can go square. But you're right, Robbie, he's got the 30, 40-yard diagonal in his locker, and he does it with ease.
Gonzalez, Bonaventura. Here is Amrabat. Ranieri, who's picked ahead of Igor and Martinez Quarta to play alongside Milenkovic tonight. Had plenty of choice in that position alongside Milenkovic, Italiano. Amrabat, really deep at the moment. Milenkovic.
I think Bonaventura's position is interesting, almost playing as a false nine alongside Luka Jovic.
Too much on that for Gonzalez, who was at the wedding of the Inter striker Lautaro Martinez just recently, and he said he got scouting reports on West Ham from Enzo Fernandez and Emi Martinez.
Well, Bonaventura's just given the two centre-backs, Milenkovic and Ranieri, a shot because he wants them to, or one of them in possession, to step into midfield. They're very good at that, the two centre-backs. Very comfortable on the ball.
Dodo's pass intercepted by Antonio, who's in too much of a rush. Every chance of an entertaining game here. West Ham have scored in every one of their European games this season, 33 goals in total. Fiorentina, the competition's top scorers.
I think they're the moments they've got to make the most of, because Fiorentina will have a lot of the ball. I think in those situations, like they did against Alkmaar, they were really good in transition.
Mandragora with the shot. It certainly did open up in front of him.
Well, David Moyes is not happy because the ball went into Mikel Antonio, and it was a very, very cheap giveaway. He has to retain possession just so the midfield players and the back line for West Ham can try and get further up the pitch and close those distances down. But this is a good strike from distance. A little bit off, but not a bad sight up.
Without Castrovilli in the midfield tonight, might not have started anyway. Castrovilli, the feeling was in Italy that Mandragora would get the nod. But Castrovilli out with a knee knock that he picked up in the win over Sassuolo on the final day in Serie A. Ranieri. Tempo really slowed down now after what was a very energetic start.
You can see the two centre-backs split very wide apart, allows Amrabat to go into the back two, because the full-backs play so high.
Gonzalez. Amrabat. Rice looking to nick it back for the Hammers.
They're the situations there, Don, isn't it, when they've got comfortable possession, and then, you know, a midfield player, if you can go and press and everybody goes with you, they're the opportunity. You've got to try and nick it high up the pipe.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. You know yourself, Robbie, when you're in that central midfield position, it's taking the gamble. If you see a slow ball into Amrabat's feet and you think you can get there and close the distance down, it's worth going all the way to stop them moving out from the back.
Dodo is the player down here.
He's took a knock. There's a little bit of blood being drawn. Looked very accidental for Benrahma.
He's excelled with the Viola in his first season in one of the top 5 European leagues. David Moyes, in the year he turned 60, hoping for the greatest night of a managerial career that's spanned 25 years and more than 1,000 matches, says this is his biggest night in football. What do you think he'll have made Don of the start here 10 minutes in?
David Moyes, I think he would have expected to start from Fiorentina. As I said before, they're the second best in Serie A, keeping hold of the ball, so there's no point in chasing the game, 10 minutes in. So it won't faze him.
Seems okay, Dodo. Really important battle between him and Benrahma. One of the criticisms, Robbie, of Benrahma this season is his tracking back, he's helping out the fullback. He's got to be on it in that respect tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, but we heard David Moyes pre-match talking about the team selection, and you know the reason why he's gone with the fullbacks because you know it looks like he wants to attack when they get the ball. And Benrahma, yes. You know, I've got to say, in that semi-final against Alkmaar, he was terrific, you know, going forward. It's just important that he makes sure that when he goes, Emerson doesn't go on the overlap and leaves the space for Gonzalez on, you know, Fiorentina's right-hand side.
Paquetá with the pass, Bowen with Antonio in the middle, Benrahma's arriving too. Rice is in the box as well. Zuma got there first, with real determination as well.
Just think there was an opportunity there for Bowen to look at Paquetá on the edge of the box coming in. You know, decided to go for the back post.
Chance for a long throw in here. The first opportunity the Hammers have had to do this. Shofal with that throw in over towards Zuma. And Rice will hit it! And he wasn't too far away, was he?
Yeah, the second ball, I just don't think he quite caught it right. You know, did he see it late? It's a good throw, but the important thing, the second ball, just didn't quite catch it. You know, Bonaventura just closing him down.
Trap between his feet. He couldn't quite shift his feet there, Declan Rice. He was in too much of a hurry because his eyes were lit up on the edge of the box, just trying to take the strike on, but it was trapped and therefore it wasn't a clean hit.
Another Fiorentina player down here. It's Kouame this time. Of course, Declan Rice steps where Bobby Moore and Billy Bonds have in the past. Tonight, captaining the Hammers in a European final. It looked to be a great deal in that, didn't there?
It's 4 occasions now. There's not hardly anything in it from West Ham players at all.
Dodo. Bonaventura, the former Milan player.
Oh, good tackle. Good tackle from Paquetá.
I have to say, Italiano has not looked happy at all so far with 14 minutes gone here. He's often very animated on the touchline, but he's made some big gambles tonight for me. Kouame ahead of Ikone is one, leaving out the competition's joint top scorer in Cabral. And picking Jovic ahead of him is another. Milenkovic. Gonzalez. He's been quite deep so far, only really got him into an advanced position once. Ranieri. Bonaventura. Held off Benrahma. Space out wide for Biraghi, who's a real threat when he gets forward like this. Good block by Bowen. It's going to be so important he does that tonight.
Yeah, brilliant from Bowen. You know, his defensive duties, qualities, stopping the cross, because in the pre-match show we've seen how many goals they score from inside the 6-yard box. You know, the lads illustrated that, so it's important you stop the crosses.
Biraghi with the throw-in off the head of Souček. Paquetá has gone down, holding his head. I don't think the referee has seen that yet. Gonzalez. Can West Ham counter here? Emerson. Floated wide by Areola. It's a good ball that. Antonio. Bowen's in a central position. Still going Antonio. Was he clipped there? Paquetá, won back by Amrabat. 3 forward, 4 forward now for Fiorentina.
Yeah, strong, powerful run. Not sure there was much contact from Ranieri. Stuck his foot out. Not sure there was any contact, but positive from West Ham.
Ranieri. Milenkovic. Bonaventura. Paquetá was always stretching for that. Milenkovic took it away from him. Bonaventura. Mandragora. Well, wide here to Milenkovic. Dodo has showed down the line. Jovic calling for it in the box. Left by Zuma.
The support for West Ham in this competition has been absolutely wonderful. You know, they've been in our hotel around the city, you know, in the stadium tonight. They're thoroughly enjoying themselves, and I would say 3/4 of the stadium is full of West Ham fans.
Antonio battling for it, and that's the decision as well. Or has he? Well, the assistant looked to give it West Ham's way. The referee seems to have overruled it. Gonzalez. Bonaventura. Good run forward here by Dodo. Cross came Emerson.
I think there has to be a conversation with West Ham players at the moment, because the two players that are running the show is Bonaventura, and I think Amrabat. Gonzalez is picking up some really inverted positions on the right-hand side, so it's a case for West Ham to start problem solving.
Ranieri got in front of Antonio. Gonzalez. Dodo to his right. Jovic and Kouame in the box. Mandragora. Kouame. Biraghi. And Bowen was there for West Ham. And then Sofal wins the throw-in. Big night for him. And of course, his Czech Republic international teammate Souček. Sofal was saying that so many people have been asking him for tickets, he could have sold out the stadium by himself. He's got plenty of family and close friends here. You know, David Moyes' dad is in attendance as well. 87 years young, hoping to see his son win his first major trophy as a manager. That's, of course, if we don't count the Community Shields.
You know, nearly 20 minutes gone, and what we're seeing is West Ham being pinned in. You know, it might need, you know, West Ham players just getting the ball and turn Fiorentina and get up the park. We've seen it on one occasion, but they're not doing enough. I think the game plan, which David Moyes expected, as Don says, you know, second most possession in Serie A.
You can't afford to let this Fiorentina side settle. You have to start closing them down a little bit more. This is too easy for Bonaventura to try and find a simple 10-15 yard pass. There's Gonzalez inverted.
Bonaventura. Biraghi. Ranieri. Gonzalez with a heavy touch there.
See, they're the type of balls you've got to try and pinch. Perfect opportunity there, and then it's 3v2 if you can win the ball.
Bonaventura, Kouame. Looking for Jovic. Emerson got it clear. Jovic is there again, though. And Jovic looking for the angle. Fiorentina on top for the moment. We knew that they would have more of the ball. The two teams' respective styles told us that.
I think Declan Rice is just checking his shoulders. He wants to step 10 yards higher up the pitch, but he's keeping an eye on Luka Jovic, who's coming deep, and then Bonaventura to his left-hand side. So it's very, very smart from Fiorentina's point of view.
Gea does well there, doesn't he, with the block. But, as you say, Don, Fiorentina dominating the ball. West Ham, I wouldn't say they're holding on. I think they are comfortable in the game, but the semi-final, you know, first leg was like this. Alkmaar, all the possession. They took the lead in that game, but West Ham with a strong 30 minutes in that second half, and then in the second leg, very similar pattern. Obviously, they got through with that Fornals goal, and they were fantastic. So I think it's nothing that David Moyes wouldn't have expected, Don.
Yeah, I think the problem for West Ham is they want to try and bypass the midfield, because Fiorentina get a lot of chances from pressing teams high up the pitch, but the trouble is Lucas Paquetá's not a player that's going to run in the channels, so you've only got Antonio to try and run the channels, where you can't try and hit him every single time, otherwise he'll be absolutely shattered. So he's got to time his runs. But West Ham have got to try and settle on the ball and keep hold of possession a little bit more. They're giving it away too cheaply.
Benrahma to Rice. Clearly just waiting to pick their moment, perhaps, on the counter. West Ham, they scored more counter-attacking goals than any other side this season in this competition. But when that moment does come, they're going to have to hit Fiorentina hard on the counter. It's a game of cat and mouse in some ways in that respect.
Chess game, exactly what it is. We keep talking about players on the pitch, problem solving.
Was it the turn of the year, Adam? You know, Fiorentina in great form. 18 games, 12 wins, 4 draws, only 2 defeats. So they're full of confidence.
Up it goes towards Bowen. Header was by Ranieri. And West Ham start to exert a bit of pressure. The offside flag goes up. Was this Fiorentina's second cup final of the season? Been beaten by Inter in the Coppa Italia final by 2-1. There was the feeling that they were quite unlucky to lose that game. Could easily have gone the other way.
I thought they were very good. I thought they dominated the game for the first half an hour. And then Inter hit them a couple of times with Lautaro Martinez, but Fiorentina finished strongly in the game. I think where David Moyes will want a little bit more from his team, because he's changed his fullbacks with Vladimir Sofal attacking right back, and he's got Emerson attacking left back. Well, they've been pinned all the way back in, so they can't get up the pitch just yet.
Throwing goes the way of Fiorentina. Taking his time. Up it goes towards Jovic. He's got Zuma at his back. Bonaventura. Cushioned header from Emerson. Benrahma. Can't make it stick at the moment, Antonio. Advantage play. It's Bonaventura. Mandragora. Kouame. Fiorentina looking dangerous. Biraghi over towards Gonzalez. Jovic won the header. And Sofal got it cleared, Dodo! And sliced over towards Jovic, who's letting it go out for a corner.
That's the third occasion the ball's got played up to Antonio. He's got to get hold of it. You know, he's got to draw the foul, he's got to take the pressure off his side. Good defending, trying to pinch the ball in front of Antonio.
I'll tell you what you would do, Robbie, if you're Declan Rice and Thomas Souček playing behind him. You'd say to Declan Rice, the next one I get on your bike and putting it in behind him, not going to your feet.
A word here for Antonio, who was complaining, I think, about the challenge on him. Maybe feels he wants a bit more protection. He's caught Milenkovic, but I don't think he caught him in the face. Seemed to be on his back, as anything. But Fiorentina are a real threat from set pieces because of the delivery, the wonderful left foot of the man, their captain, Cristiano Biraghi. 6 assists in this competition this season, a record for a defender in a European season. Can he pick out a teammate here? Well, it was a good delivery, and perhaps it deserved more.
It was a free header, as you say, great delivery. Milenkovic just got in front, and in fact nobody was marking him, and it just needed a glance. He's got too much on it. You can see he's just moved about 3 steps forward, and he's just got to try and glance that done. He's got too much on it.
He has, and you can see that's been well worked from the training ground, because Socek was the player that was marking him, and he's very, very good in the air, Milenkovic, defensively and in attack. He wins a lot of headers.
Bowen looking to feed. Antonio's caught there. And this time, well, will they know?
It's a foul, surely. Should have been a foul in the yellow card.
I'll be interesting to see that again. I have to say my first instinct was that was certainly a foul. Could be wrong.
Just see it here. I'm not sure there's that much in that, to be fair.
Well, maybe the yellow card might have been harsh, but I think it's a foul.
Antonio's got to look to do that more, though, hasn't he, Don? Stretch them down the flanks if he can.
That's what he has to do. He's good at it. You know, that's what I said before. You'd have the conversation about next time you get it, just play a little cute ball down the side for him to run onto. That's his strength. That's not a bad ball. That's not a bad ball.
Antonio, well, the West Ham supporters felt he was blocked off there. Not too much complaint from the player himself.
I think it was good defending from Ranieri there, seeing his mate just got across, stood his ground. But that's the ball, as Don just said, that ball in behind for Antonio. You know, he's come short 3 occasions, lost it 3 occasions. I just think now they've tried to turn him on a couple of occasions. That's the ball.
Well, this time he gets the decision, and there's the ironic cheers to accompany it.
That's good centre forward play. You know, he stood his ground. Ranieri comes in behind him, gets the foul, and just takes the pressure off his side for a moment or two. But they play quick.
Bowen. Can they find a telling cross? It wasn't bad. It was over towards Socek, and a good claim by Terracciano.
I think it's Gonzalez who does exceptionally well there defensively for his side. Just holds his ground, allows the goalkeeper to come and gather the ball.
Amrabat. Gonzalez helps it on to Dodo. Bonaventura, movement from Gonzalez, but the pass over here. He's such an important source of creativity, Bonaventura, though, in that position. Really clever player. He's kept Barak out of the side this season.
Well, they're starting to chase shadows in the middle of the park over the last 5 minutes, West Ham. They are really struggling. They shouldn't be. All it takes is the 3 midfield players just to lock on and go man for man, but you're right, he picks up some really interesting positions, Bonaventura. Plays as a midfield player, but ends sometimes as a false 9.
Bowen.
Good opportunity that. They held a high line, Fiorentina, and if Bowen can get his pass right, Antonio could see he's spanning behind.
Wasn't the easiest of balls to deal with that back to Areola, but did well. Bonaventura getting through a lot of work in that midfield.
He won't be happy, David Moyes, at the ball retention. Antonio's being guilty. Jared Bowen there giving the ball away. Ben Rama's not really seen it too many times. There's another potential giveaway. They can't keep the ball, West Ham. They're struggling.
Well, the better rested of these two sides. The Hammers last game 10 days ago were able to have a few days away in the Algarve. Can the Hammers counter? Emerson's on his way. Only Antonio in the box. Bowen's arriving as well. Ben Rama. And still, and goes down. Bonaventura with the challenge.
Yellow card, diving. Rightly so, good spot by the referee.
Yeah, it was the theatrics, you know, 2 feet in the air. He drags it past the defender ever so well. Just watch this, it's clever. Bonaventura just pulls his foot away. I don't think he had to dive.
He didn't. He's done the bit of skill, Robbie, didn't he?
He's passed him there. He's passed him. It's great skill from Benrahma. But rightly so, yellow card.
David Moyes was saying yesterday that he believes his best years at West Ham are still to come. What it would mean to him to follow in the footsteps of the likes of John Lyall and Ron Greenwood and deliver a major honour to the loyal West Ham supporters. Benrahma, can they get forward with purpose here? Emerson. Quite stay in play. I'd have to say, Robbie, a player that perhaps they need to get on the ball more, West Ham, is Paquetá.
Yeah, he was brilliant that semi-final, you know, as Don's alluded to, playing as that 10. Just in the opening 5 minutes, he got the ball on a couple of occasions, but Paquetá, Bowen, you know, Benrahma, but in a forward thinking for West Ham, they haven't really got those plays in the game because Fiorentina dominating possession.
I think there's been a slight tweak over the last couple of minutes in Thomas Souček's position. He's standing a lot closer.
Gonzalez just beaten to it there by Nayef again. It was an important challenge. It is going to be a corner though.
Yeah, just going back to Thomas Souček, he's stepped forward onto Amrabat, so he's trying to stop Fiorentina from playing that from the back.
It's a great tackle, this. Have to be certain you're going to win the ball. Again, does just that, but now second delivery from Biraghi. The first one was brilliant, free header.
Well, clearly don't want to see this. I have to say the West Ham supporters in the town square today were
the referee's
behaving superbly.
The referee's walking them off the pitch, Adam.
But not right now, and well, one or two anyway. Well, he's been caught on the back of the neck there, and blood has been drawn. And the protocols will come into play here, perhaps.
Well, that's not what we want to see. That is horrendous.
Not.
I mean,
it's terrible.
To be fair to Mikel Antonio and the West Ham players, Kurt Zouma's one, Declan Rice is another. They're going over to that section of the fans and telling them to calm down.
Yeah, we've been praising the West Ham fans for how they've been around the city, in the stadium, around the hotel.
See, Declan Rice is saying to the referee, I'll tell them.
But that's not acceptable.
Awful.
It's terrible.
That's awful.
I think the referee here as well, just in conversation with Declan Rice, maybe talking to him about the fact that some of the West Ham players have gone across to their fans to call for calm. A momentary pause in the game where that cut is patched up. And that, it would seem, is what has done the damage. It is such a shame, because we were right, Robbie, to praise the West Ham fans. We were in the town square today. They were in fantastic spirits, impeccably behaved, and it's such a shame that this happens. A Fiorentina player with a cut to the head. The UEFA delegate here in conversation with the Spanish referee Carlos Del Cerro Grande, and here is the announcement. As I said, the protocols will come into place now. And you just hope, fellas, that those West Ham supporters, and it's only a minority, we should point that out, a very small minority, but those who were misbehaving there, let's hope they heed the advice of their players who went across there.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to check themselves, the West Ham fans, the minority in that corner. But to be fair to the West Ham players, they've gone over there and they've told them to try and calm down. This is a massive occasion for both football clubs, and that shouldn't be spoilt by one or two individuals.
Fiorentina captain Biraghi has been with the club a long time, since 2018. He's had a good season as well, and now will come across to take this corner. Amrabat is there as well.
Well, they're switched off West Ham if they want to take a quick corner. 2v1. And Thomas Souček's got to lock on to Milenkovic, who had the chance 5 minutes ago.
10 goals from set pieces in this competition alone this season, Fiorentina. Might have scored from an earlier corner on this side when Milenkovic misjudged his header. Biraghi to try again. Near post this time. Zuma with the header clear, and it didn't quite run for Jovic. Rice. Zuma. Aged. Paquetá.
They just can't keep hold of the ball, West Ham. They've got no out ball. You can see the press from Fiorentina is high. You know, they know what they're doing when they go and press. Everybody goes. Don't give any West Ham players time on the ball, and West Ham don't give them the ball away.
Yeah, David Moyes has gone ballistic in his technical area. The lack of quality into West Ham when they give cheap possession away. It's not really like they've been under too much stress.
Kouame always wants to cut inside on his right foot. Now will Bowen get to that? Didn't quite. Well, the referee has given the Hammers the free kick, and they needed that little bit of respite, I think.
Yeah, the last free kick they got, they took it quickly. I think now just calm down, regroup. You know, you've been under pressure for lots of this first half. No sustained possession from West Ham, but there they take it quickly and they kick it out of play. It's silly.
I'm not sure whether the West Ham players are getting carried away with the situation in a European final. They can't relax, their tempo's off. Passing hasn't been great.
But the good thing, Don, is still 0-0.
Absolutely, and you can recover.
Aged's header. They can't afford, though, to let the top scorers in the competition have too much possession without any threat going the other way, and if we're honest, there hasn't been too much of that from West Ham. They've got to give Fiorentina something to think about, haven't they, at the other end?
Yeah, but on the other hand as well, Adam, you know, they've not threatened the West Ham goal. They've had lots of possession, but in the final third, they've not really created hardly anything.
That might be only a matter of time, though.
Well, Friday night brings a look ahead to this weekend's Champions League final, the preview show on BT Sport 1 ahead of the main event the following night, live from Istanbul. Manchester City against Inter, another game that pits Premier League against Serie A.
It's very easy, Adam, isn't it, to see why Vincenzo Italiano's been linked with the Napoli job, with Spalletti leaving this season having won the Scudetto. Thiago Motta's been mentioned, the job that he's done at Bologna, but he plays a really attractive brand of football, Italiano. Very easy on the eye.
Well, June the 10th, 11th is our weekend of champions across BT Sports and Discovery Plus. Look at that lineup, so much fantastic live sport on the horizon. And don't forget, there's plenty to come from the French Open now and over the next fortnight. Relevant subscription required.
Robbie, do you think the message from David Moyes at this point in the game would have been the distances to be higher up the pitch?
Yeah.
Back 4, 10, 15 yards higher.
Yeah, I think David Moyes will want to get into the break at 0-0, although they've not really threatened the goal, Don. But I agree, you know, they've had so much time. Bonaventura, Amrabat, just dictating the pace of this game.
Paquetá did well to keep his balance, the advantage play by the referee.
This is where he needs to keep the ball. West Ham need a couple of minutes of possession.
Benrahma fronted up by Dodo. Benrahma looks to hit the byline. It was the last touch off corner.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think that should have been a goal kick. We'll see on the replay. Referee was in a good position. Benrahma 1v1, drags it again on his right foot. We'll see here. No, it should have been a goal kick.
Emerson will take the corner. Haven't had too much chance to threaten from set pieces there, Hammers. They do now. Sent in there by Emerson. It's a decent delivery there, and it was headed behind by Milenkovic for another corner. And can they keep the pressure on here, the Hammers? Emerson to swing it in left-footed, over towards Souček. Oh, it's bubbling about, and now Rice hit it. Gonzalez with the header. Bonaventura couldn't keep it. Emerson, Benrahma to his left. Emerson comes inside. Challenged by Kouame, free kick West Ham in a good position too.
Better from West Ham, winning second balls, keeping the pressure on. Don's just said have a couple of minutes possession of doing that. Emerson, driving run, it is a foul. Great position now for West Ham.
Better, isn't it? It's more energetic. I think there's an appeal for a penalty in there on Kurtzuma. I don't think there was. But that's what West Ham have to do. They've got to try and force the issue, be aggressive against this Fiorentina side, take the game to them.
And what can they do here, West Ham? Because this is a really promising position with 3 minutes of the first half remaining. What do you think the conversation would be there between Benrahma and Rice?
Well, they're probably having the conversation. It's too far out to take the shot on, so can Emerson stand one at the far post? Can Benrahma clip one towards Thomas Souček or Kurtzuma? I wouldn't imagine they'll take the strike on, not from here.
They've had so little of the ball in this first half, West Ham, but could they finish this first period with a flourish? Benrahma's there, Emerson's there. Could this be a big moment? Emerson floats it in. Easily defended, really, and gifted straight to Paquetá. Chofal is a long way forward. His cross is over towards Souček. Well, he's knocked down, nowhere near Bowen, who took up a good position.
Brilliant from West Ham, but the knockback from Souček. 4 West Ham players went in on the goal. Nobody just pulled out. But better from West Ham in these last 5 minutes.
You mentioned the contrast in styles. Only Napoli that average more possession in Serie A this season. Napoli the champions than Fiorentina. Only Bournemouth and Forest average lower possession than West Ham in the Premier League. But they're having a fair degree of the ball in the latter stages of the half here. Dodo with the ball back to Terracciano. You would expect that West Ham will get chances tonight. Fiorentina are by far from solid defensively. Only 1 clean sheet in their last 9 games. Gonzalez is down. What do you think Italiano's first half reflections would be, Don?
Oh, I think he'd be happy. He'd be happy with the majority of the first half. They bossed the game, really. The next question is, can they get Luka Jovic chances? I mean, that was the big talking point before the game. Artur Cabral over Luka Jovic. And I was surprised, because Cabral's a better link man than Jovic. Jovic is more of a penalty box striker, and he's not had a chance so far.
He was guilty of missing chances in the Coppa Italia final, Luka Jovic. Kouame, Bonaventura is in a bit of space. Amrabat into added time at the end of the half. There'll be a minimum of 4 minutes of it, overhit by Kouame. After he missed those chances, Jovic, at the end of the Coppa Italia final, Daniele Prado, one of the directors at Fiorentina, said to him afterwards, look, don't worry, you'll get the winner in the Europa Conference League final. There's a lot of belief in Jovic, but you're right, Don, he's not seen enough of the ball when you consider how much possession Fiorentina have had. Gonzalez, good run here by Bonaventura, and Jovic is one of those waiting. It's towards Kouame at the back post. deflection on the cross and gathered in by Areola.
I think Bonaventura could have been clever then. You know, he made the run, he could have pulled it back. There's the block, stopping across again. Soufal, good defending. They've done that well, Don, haven't they? Stopped crosses. Because Adam just talked about Jovic. You know, it was a surprise he played ahead of Cabral, but stopped the service from wide. You know, you stop Jovic.
Yeah, you fancy when you play against Luka Jovic because he is a penalty box striker. If you do get tight to him and force him outside the 18-yard box, that's not really his game. So again, and Zuma will have to be aggressive against him, stand behind him, get tight to him, don't allow him to turn. Take away a lot from his game then.
Fiorentina, by the way, haven't had a shot on target in this first half. Biraghi back to Terracciano. Plenty for the two head coaches to be contemplating as we head towards the break here. Mandragora, Kwame. Dodo. Bonaventura. Mandragora. Amrabat. Working wide to Gonzalez. The movement further forward here by Dodo. And it came up Ben Rama. Be a corner. They've got to be switched on here, West Ham. Concentration so important right at the end of this first half.
Yeah, they do the zonal marking with blockers, and by doing that, it allows Milenkovic to be free and get a run. Just see the zonal marking and a couple of blockers.
Well, Biraghi taking this corner now. What he has to do is miss West Ham's front screen, and that is Lucas Paquetá.
Well, Milenkovic and Kwame in the 6-yard box. It's to Amrabat. Rice got it clear. How do you think David Moyes will be feeling, Robbie, ahead of half-time?
Well, considering Fiorentina top scorers in the competition with 36 goals, you know, they've no shot on target. So I think David Moyes, in terms of the defensive display, will be really pleased. Of course, he'd like more possession, but I think we've become accustomed to West Ham in this competition having less of the ball and playing on the counter-attack. They've done it ever so well in the semi-final. You know, as the game goes on, you know, perhaps as the game opens up, it might suit West Ham.
Milenkovic. Surely this will be the last attack of the first half. Gonzalez, he's got 3 in the box to aim at. Kwame was one of them! And Jovic! It's in! But the flag's up! It won't count! A reprieve for the Hammers.
Wow, it's a wonderful, wonderful ball in, and it's a great save initially from Areola, but then Jovic, let's see on this replay. So it's a wonderful ball in, there's no offside there, and on that header there, I think Jovic, because it comes off the post, is fractionally in an offside position. I think that's the correct one to be checked from VAR, but I think it's right, Don.
It looks right, actually, the angles that we've got. When he reacted well, look at Jovic off the post. It was Kwame with the initial header at the far post. There was nothing problem in terms of Kwame's header. He was onside, but I think looking at the replays, it looks like Jovic was just half a yard offside.
Well, that check is still ongoing. He was caught in the face there as he turned that home, Luka Jovic.
Well, that's where he comes alive, Adam, doesn't he?
Yeah.
18-yard box. He
can be a real fox in the box,
he's a completely different animal, Luka Jovic, outside the 18-yard box. And as soon as he gets inside the opposition 18-yard box, he finds space and he finds half chances.
Remember how effective he was at Frankfurt with Rebic and Allaire.
Well, it's taken a while. Listen, it looked offside, but we've seen in the Premier League, you know, when we thought goals would be ruled out for offside, they were given, so it must be a very, very tight one, this, Don.
Yeah, you never can tell because you get an idea when you see the body and you think that Jovic is offside, and he is offside.
Yeah, let off for West Ham. right at the end of the half. It was the last attack, surely, of that first half. In the 6th minute of added time now. Really did have all the hallmarks, all the makings of being a 50-50 game, this. And it's proving tight, nothing to separate these two teams. At the break in Prague, coming up the thoughts of Joe Cole, Carlton Cole and James Horncastle with Jules. But at half-time in Prague, it is Fiorentina 0, West Ham 0. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. A huge 45 minutes ahead of us, this West Ham's 57th game of the season. Fiorentina's 60th. Two very long campaigns, one last big effort required. Biraghi in conversation with his opposite number on the pitch, Emerson. Look back on the stats of that first half, probably didn't tell us too much we didn't already know. Fiorentina, though, did have their highest possession in the first half of the Europa Conference League game this season, 68.5%. That didn't trouble Robbie West Ham too much at the back, but a big change here at the start of the second half. Jovic off, having been caught in the face at the end of that first half, replaced by the competition's joint top scorer, Artur Cabral.
To be honest, Adam, I think, in all honesty, I think Vincenzo Italiano thought about that too hard before the game, because Cabral was the obvious choice. It makes them more of a goal threat.
He's got a great record in European competition as well, Cabral. 25 goals in 41 games. He was referred to as King Arthur at his previous club, Basel. Says, if there's one thing I know how to do well in life, it's to score goals. Well, let's see what he can offer. West Ham now attacking the goal behind which their supporters are housed.
You're talking about scoring goals, though, Adam. West Ham do that well in the second half. You know, 6 out of their last 7 goals scored have come in the second half of games. So, you know, the game plan will be to play on the counter-attack. And I'm sure, as this game goes on, they will get opportunities on the counter.
I think the conversation at half-time, from David Moyes' point of view, have engaged the response of the players at half-time. And a few home truths, I would imagine, would have been taught. And I think he'll say to his players, listen, we need to step onto Fiorentina. We need to make sure the distances are a lot smaller. As it stands here, we can see West Ham's back 4 higher up the pitch on the halfway line. And all of a sudden, that closes all the distances down for Declan Rice and Paquetá and Sofal. Makes their job a lot easier.
Crossfield pass by Mandragora. Emerson. Dodo has it. Cabral waits in the box. Gonzalez and others are in there too. Kouame was one of them. And Mandragora. Bonaventura with the header that keeps it going for Laviola. Ranieri. Biraghi. Mandragora. West Ham working hard to try and win it back. The clearance by Bone, but it's just going to keep coming back at the Hammers here. Amrabat. Bonaventura.
See, Thomas Souček now has got to step onto Amrabat, giving him 5 yards. He's such a quality player, he'll find passes. Look, he's got so much room.
Amrabat. Bonaventura. Comes here to Kouame. Clearance by Sofal. Really looking to take the game to West Ham in the early stages of the half, Fiorentina. Paquetá loses it quickly. Here come Fiorentina again, Bonaventura. Real intent here from the Serie A side at the start of this second half. Rice, though, wins it back for West Ham. Antonio.
Yeah, that's good play from Antonio. The manager of Fiorentina is not happy, but that's good centre-forward play. Driving up the park, getting a foul. They've seen the pressure on his side. I've got to say, I thought Paquetá was unlucky not to get a free kick for a shirt pull from Biraghi.
being watched closely by Milenkovic. Antonio, who has got 5 goals in his last 5 games in this competition. There is Jovic, who was taken off at half-time. I don't think the assistant was entirely sure there. Took a while to make the decision and then seemed to hesitate slightly. But it's West Ham's ball. Rice floats one forward. Up towards Bowen. Was he caught there? Big appeals. Again. And Benrahma with the shots, deflected.
Oh, this will be close. I thought there was an elbow in the back of his head. I think it was Baraghi. We'll see on the replay.
No. As much as you want to try and claim a penalty there, you would have felt a little bit of contact from behind. There's no penalty there.
It is a corner though, and can West Ham make the most of it? Fifth minute of the second half. Plenty of movement in the box. It's a good delivery, but it was well defended by Artur Cabral, who, with his height, is very handy in these situations.
They're no zonal marking for Fiorentina. They're man-to-man marking, staying touch-tight, close. Cabral with a wonderful header near post.
Antonio will take this. Souček is in there, Paquetá. Emerson's in there. The keeper came a long way, but it was a good claim by Terracciano. There's a player down just out of your shot, Fiorentina player down, which is why the ball has been put into touch. Gonzalez it is. Player who was heavily linked with Leicester, you might remember, in January. How differently his season could have turned out. Is he caught there by Benrahma?
He has a little swipe, you know, Benrahma. I don't think there's any malice in it.
Ball given straight back to Fiorentina by Bowen. Gonzalez fine to continue.
He's gone down very easily a couple of times, Gonzalez.
He was always somebody that West Ham would have to watch closely tonight, though, Gonzalez. Argentina international. Came through the same academy as the likes of Riquelme and Redondo and Maradona. His old youth coach compared him to Mario Kempes, which is high praise.
We've got a great view of the vantage point, the tactics from Italiano, with Kwame on the left-hand side and Nico Gonzalez on the right side, and they're pinning Emerson and Vladimir so far back. They can't, West Ham can't try and release their 2 fullbacks high up the pitch.
Antonio doing the closing down, and Amrabat only just got that through to his goalkeeper. Up towards Gonzalez. Bonaventura have made the run beyond him. That was a nasty collision. Aguerd, the West Ham player, involved with Gonzalez.
Well, that'll be painful. No fault of either player, just an accidental coming together. But they both landed very awkwardly.
Referee Carlos Del Cerro Grande with a yellow card in his hand. Had more than his fair share of injury problems this season, Naif Aguerd. He got that ankle injury in pre-season against Rangers in July, had 2 weeks. And he was laid up in a hotel room after surgery, said he was taking lots of painkillers. Is now really important at the back for the Hammers, and he feels he's very unlucky to be booked there.
I think both players, as Don rightly says, both have eyes on the ball. Hopefully they'll both be okay. I'm not Not sure it was a yellow card though.
I don't think so. I think both players are sort of protecting themselves with their arms. It's a harsh call on again.
Joins Ben Rama in the book. No Fiorentina players have been shown yellow cards as of yet.
But one player I think has been really impressive in terms of his aerial ability, and there's Nikola Milenkovic at the back. Defensively, he hasn't lost a header. Every time it's went to Antonio, Milenkovic has beat him in the air, so I would imagine Amrabat will try and hit him on the diagonal from this free kick.
Although without Aguerd at the heart of their defence just for the moment here, West Ham. Waiting the signal to come back on. She now gets Mandragora. Biragi, closed down by Bowen, who's done that really well tonight.
Yeah, you know, as Don was saying there, you thought that Amrabat would have put the ball into the box because the gear was off the pitch. You know, aerial advantage. Milenkovic has done good in the air. Strange decisions go short.
He's bossed it, Amrabat. Pure quality in the middle of the park for Fiorentina.
Dodo looks to go on the outside this time. Bonaventura. Dodo. Milenkovic. Passing it about nicely here, Fiorentina.
See, for managers forever, decades, you can go back and watch football. And Amrabat is their deep-lying true number 6. It's Paquetá's job to step back on him, not really for Declan Rice or Thomas Souček to step onto Amrabat. It's Paquetá who's not doing his defensive work.
But would you not possibly say to Antonio, you just drop back, let the centre-halves have it, because they're not as good on the ball as Amrabat?
Yeah, but Antonio's the one that can run forward, can't he? So if you want your number 10, like Lucas Paquetá, you drop him in on Amrabat and you say, stop the source into him, and then if you can nick it back, that's when you got the legs and the early pass into Antonio.
Artur Cabral chases. Aguerd comes across with him. Last touch of Cabral. Huge contrast in terms of the passes completed. But this was how we expected the game to be played. There's been no surprise in that respect. And neither side really is hurting the other.
No, lack of chances, but that's 2 occasions now that Antonio in the second half has got a free kick for his side. They can slow the game down, they can regroup, they can get a little bit of possession.
Up it goes towards Antonio. The flick on was looking for Bowen. It's a good idea.
It was a good idea. Just couldn't make up the ground there, Jared Bowen.
Cabral looking for the run here of Mandragora. They'll have noted Gonzalez is arriving in the box, as is Bonaventura. Artur Cabral again. Kouame, it's opened up for the shot here, but it was straight at Areola.
For all the possession, all the comfortable play, that's their first shot on target, and it was a comfortable save. So, as much as we're analysing Fiorentina, you know, in 2/3 of the pitch are good, in the final third they have been poor. Yes, they've had a goal ruled out, rightly so, but that's the first real threat, with the exception of the disallowed goal that they've had on Areola's goal.
Paquetá. West Ham battling for it as Paquetá goes down. That'll be a Hammers ball. Means everything to the 2 sets of supporters, this. The Hammers looking to win major silverware for the first time since 1980 as Bowen looks to bring it down. Was there an arm use there? Well, big appeals here from the West Ham players.
Well, we're going to see it now. It's great thinking. It's the long throw. Bowen, instinctive. And as he chests it down, it was the captain, I think, Biragi, on the cover. And when we see the replay, was the arm in a natural position? The referee will now check it. We'll now see. But the quick thinking with a long throw, Will we see the replay?
Well, they're having the conversation, aren't they? The VAR check and the information the referee's getting. Jared Bowen takes this on the chest, and Baragi's got eyes on the ball. Does strike the hand. I would imagine that's a referee's nightmare. This is not an easy one to call.
Juan Martinez Munuera is the VAR official. And they're still holding up the play here.
I think the frustrations, Adam, from a player's point of view is every single week the law or the rules change, but the referee now has been told to give it to go and look at the screen.
Well, the arm is outstretched. You know, do I think it's a penalty? No, but the letter of the law, I think it will be given.
Well, let's see. What a huge moment this is. It's the Fiorentina skipper Biraghi with the arm that moves towards the ball.
Yeah, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Now that angle, that's the angle. It's pushed it away from Bowen. I think that is a penalty. That should be given. That angle, Dom, says to me, look, the chest, then he moves the ball, pushes his arm towards the ball. That, for me, is a penalty.
Well, it's very subjective, so that's why the referee's going to take his time, and he's going to take 2 or 3 looks at this.
What do you think?
I think it's a hard one to call. I think it's very hard because, as I said, it changes every week.
The hand does move towards the ball.
And he moves the ball away from Bowen.
What I would say, which is not really in the law anymore, and I would like it to go back to, is it deliberate or accidental handball?
Penalty! The West Ham fans knew what was coming there.
What a break for West Ham.
No, it's a penalty. Correct decision. Good decision. The letter of the law. Biraghi, the arm moved towards the ball. It pushed it away from Bowen. But you've got to give credit. The long throw, instinctive from Bowen. Quick play. Now, a chance. Benrahma, he scored in the semi-final. Well, can he do it in the big one?
He scored all 5 of the penalty kicks that he's taken this season. They were about to make it, well, they are making a change. Kehrer is going to come on for the injured Zuma. 13 penalties West Ham have had this season. They've scored 11 of them, including 5 in this competition.
Oh, the nerves, the pressure in front of those West Ham fans. Can Benrahma put West Ham in front?
Kouame being taken off for the introduction of Sapunara, who had a big influence from the bench at Sassuolo on the final day of the Serie A season, made a goal and scored a goal. But all the focus now switches to Benrahma.
Oh, this is pressure, but this is why you're in the game.
Well, rarely has there been so much riding on one kick of a football in this club's history. Potentially pivotal.
Big moment.
Terracciano, the keeper that Benrahma must beat. David Moyes looks on. Benrahma scores! Emphatically! You don't stop those! Massive goal for the Hammers! They lead in Prague!
Oh, they said they had 4,500 tickets, never mind that. 3/4 of the stadium is on its feet. Look at the celebrations. What a penalty. Take that, smash it in the top corner. Oh, Saeed Benrahma, they're singing 1-0 West Ham.
What a finish. What an execution of a penalty. No sign of any nerves whatsoever. He was calm and precise with the finish into the top right-hand corner. That is massive.
Like West Ham are massive.
Just over an hour gone in this European final. He smashed it home. Terracciano went the wrong way, but there was so much power in that from Benrahma. 6 out of 6 from the spot for him this season. Reliable from the spot. West Ham in front. What a moment.
Well, this is now a test of Fiorentina's bottle, because West Ham will not change the way they play for the next half an hour or so. They've got the lead, they'll defend it, they'll close down the spaces and they'll stop Fiorentina from trying to play. So this next period of the game is going to be fascinating.
Oh, go on, Pagateri's getting the ground going. They're 1-0 up, look at them go!
Ranieri, what will the Fiorentina response be like? Bowen. West Ham have got their tails up. They've also got a free kick, and everything, just for the moment, is going West Ham's way.
Bowen, brilliant for the penalty. And they're driving inside. It is a foul from Amrabat. We've not seen many missed tackles from Fiorentina players, but goes to ground. Good decision, referee, as it was for the penalty.
That's not a bad sign for West Ham fans watching on when Amrabat starts to lose his cool.
Well, Fiorentina, despite the fact they've not created a lot, they've largely been in control of this game. They're not at the moment. West Ham looking for another one. It's really busy in that box. It's a great ball over two. Comes to Paquetá. Much better this now from West Ham. Emerson. Put into touch by Milenkovic.
It's amazing what a shot of confidence does for a team, doesn't it?
I think Fiorentina will be feeling, Don, they've just got to get through the next few minutes without conceding again.
Exactly that. If you're the Fiorentina player now, I mean, the atmosphere is completely changed in this stadium. It's amazing. As Robbie said, it's 3/4 full of West Ham players and it's rocking. So Fiorentina have got to stay in the game. Can West Ham push on and get the second?
Still a long time to go yet. Don't get too carried away. But it's going the Hammers' way. Flicked on by Antonio.
Oh, let them get carried away, Adam. They're enjoying themselves. They're 1-0 up in a European final. What a penalty.
Yeah, it was.
What a penalty. The confidence.
I mean, with his technique, he's the go-to man, isn't he?
Oh, that's a good ball. Gonzalez. He's pulled it back well too, and that's a fantastic block. What a block that was.
They're appealing for handball. Mandragora appealing. He gets a yellow card from the referee.
Well, this one's not a handball. Proximity of the two players involved. Even if it struck a hand, it was totally accidental. I think Sofyan Amrabat is asking the referee just to check it. It didn't look like a penalty in real time. No chance.
It's it. The chest and then onto the arm. So no, good decision, the referee, right on the spot.
Well, West Ham weren't close last season, beating Europa League semi-finalists. Is this now their time? A yellow card for Mandragora. Worth remembering, though, a note of caution, Fiorentina, the top scorers in this competition this season. They've got a lot of threats and potential game changers on the bench. They could have a chance here. Bonaventura! Into the corner it went! And they've hit back quickly. Laviola. All square.
Well, it's a brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant. Appealing for a penalty moments before it wasn't given. But Bonaventura has been terrific all evening. The technique to put it past Areola into that far corner was fantastic. See, the diagonal ball, it's a great header. The first touch is wonderful. The first touch on his left foot to cushion it onto his right, that there is brilliant, and then smashes it into the far corner. That first header from Gonzalez is great, but it's that first touch done, and then to put it across the goalkeeper, no chance. It's brilliant from Bonaventura.
That's a world-class goal. It's basic from West Ham's point of view. Emerson got done by the header of Nico Gonzalez, but you're right, in a tight, busy 18-yard box, to take the first touch and then a second touch so quickly to swipe it into the bottom left-hand corner. You can see the reaction of David Moyes. Now we have a game on again. What a reaction.
What a game we've got here, Adam.
It's certainly come to life. West Ham have got to go again. It's a goal kick that's been given. Bonaventura, a player who's spent a lot of years in Milan's midfield. He actually played with his coach Italiano at Padova in the second tier in Serie B in the 2009-10 season. He's somebody, Italiano, who knows Bonaventura very well, Don, and he's got the best out of him at times.
But this is why we love the dynamics of the game. I mean, when West Ham scored, Fiorentina fans were silent. It was all West Ham. Now Fiorentina have scored, the West Ham ends have gone really silent. And it's behind our goal to our left-hand side where the noise is coming from. So this is where the characters kick in now from West Ham's point of view. They've got to get going again.
It was never going to be easy. Just over 20 minutes to go. Italiano prowling that technical area. The reaction from his side was good, in fairness.
Yeah, it was brilliant. You know, looking back at the goal, I think it was when Bonaventura took that first touch on his left foot to cushion onto his right. I think Adair stands still and puts his arms behind his back, worried that the ball will strike his arm. You know, personally there, Don, I'd like to see my defender throw himself at the shot.
Yeah, I think they're just double-checking the goal going in there. It's not a great goal for West Ham to concede, but Amrabat started the move with a raking diagonal pass. Now there could be a threat with his free kick in the box.
Improved angle for Bonaventura. Milenkovic was up there. Should be areolas, it is. Also, huge added significance to this is that it's both sides only a route into Europe next season. Two sets of supporters desperate for another European adventure. Paquetá. Benrahma's come inside. Antonio was the pass. Antonio's in! The flag now goes up. He just went a little early.
Oh, Paquetá, it's brilliant skill. You know, he evades the challenge from Amrabat, then drives on, and then the pass was wonderful, but Antonio must have just gone a fraction early. We'll see here. No, it's quite a long way offside, actually, but it's a good save from the goalkeeper. Then the assistant's flag goes up, but Paquetá, good skill.
Yeah, bright football from West Ham. He's got to work harder there, Mikel Antonio, to stay onside. What a game we've got, though.
20 to go. Which way will it swing next? Milenkovic, Ranieri. Gonzalez brought that down beautifully. Now it's Fiorentina very much in the ascendancy. Gonzalez with the cross. Artur Cabral. Mandragora!
Oh. I just thought that Souček just done enough to put him off. Just watch here. Souček there. Gets out, but he just doesn't connect with it. Just think he's tried to open his foot up and put it in the far corner. It's so close, Don.
Oh, he's unlucky. It was brilliant centre-forward play from Artur Cabral with a touch in the layoff. Just faded it just wide. West Ham now under pressure.
It's lost momentum from the Hammers. They need to get it back, but defending to do again here. Mandragora, Artur Cabral. Saponara had made the run beyond him. Such a high intensity about this.
Momentum's changed. Don said it, the West Ham fans have gone quiet. Fiorentina now in the ascendancy, looking to get another. What a game, what a second half.
Two best sides in the competition.
Saponara. We saw their powers of recovery, didn't we, in the semi-finals, trailed after the first leg. The first leg that was played in Florence as well. Had to recover away from home. Offside flag up.
Italiano's fuming. Got to make sure, like Antonio a couple of minutes ago, you stay onside.
He's a coach who demands things like attitude, intensity, aggressive football from his sides. Says he wants courage, drive, adaptability. Fornals is going to be coming on imminently for the Hammers. Can't get near the ball really at the moment though. Have now, Paquetá. Benrahma peels out wide. Emerson goes on the outside of him. just seemed to be caught in two minds. Socek with the header. Saponara, Socek couldn't win it back. The advantage played, well read by again.
It's in Antonio's position before when Areola had the goal kick. I've no idea why Antonio's standing on Milenkovic. He surely has to stand on Ranieri and say to Areola, hit me on the other centre-back, because he's not winning a header against Milenkovic. Go and move onto the other centre-back.
Such a good header that, wasn't it? Finish wasn't bad either.
Oh, it's a great finish. That's not an easy skill. It stems from the long ball and a diagonal. It's the header that Emerson loses. But the finish was truly world-class.
Up towards Artur Cabral. Aguerd did well. The clearance by Emerson. Paquetá in a foot race with Milenkovic. Seemed to be pulled back there, the Brazilian international, and it's a yellow card for Milenkovic, who joins Mandragora in the book from a Viola perspective.
He's grown into the game, hasn't he, Paquetá? Much more effective in the second half. Definitely a yellow card. Now it's important, can West Ham get good delivery into the box? Look at David Moyes, yeah, correct, yellow card.
Well, that'll give Lucas Paquetá a little bit of confidence, knowing he can run Milenkovic.
Such a good player, Paquetá. Maybe haven't seen as much of him tonight, certainly in the final third, as David Moyes would have liked. Fornals is ready to come on.
Thomas Socek around the back, I think, might be the ploy on Biraghi.
Biraghi has noted that he's there. Floated in dangerously, and a good header clear. So foul with the wild shot. He's never scored for West Ham so far. In fact, his last goal came here for his previous club, Slavia Prague. Ben Rama, the Hammers goal scorer, is the player who will make way for Fornals. There were some West Ham fans who called for Fornals to start tonight. Of course, he got the clincher, didn't he, in the semi-finals?
Yeah, I think it was a tough call between Ben Rama and Pablo Fornals. I think Pablo Fornals, shows his best when he comes off the bench, when he's fit and he's dynamic and he's gets the ball at his feet and he can take players on. He's got an eye for a pass when he's fresh.
Can he have an impact from the bench again, Fornals? Something he's been used to doing. Gonzalez, Dodo to the right, cuts inside though. This is Saponara, danger for West Ham. Saponara looked at Ben, well, it looked on target there. Ranieri with a wild shot. The out ball needed to be better. Header by Saponara. Biraghi. It's opened up for the shot here.
Yeah, it was Fornals giving the ball away again.
Got to try and find a little bit of calm now, West Ham. Got to get your foot back on the ball.
One of the things that David Moyes said this season was about learning from the mistakes he felt they made last season from an emotional perspective. Got too emotionally involved at times, particularly perhaps against Frankfurt. Bonaventura. Antonio tracking back. He's working hard. Said this final is probably the biggest thing he's been involved in, Antonio. Of course, a player who's gone from playing for Tooting and Mitcham to a European final. His only ever trophy with Southampton back in 2010, the EFL trophy. Declan Rice with a good drive forward. Couldn't find Fornals though. Bonaventura had read what was coming. Well, Igor and Duncan warming up, but Duncan was earlier shown a yellow card for protests he made from the touchline.
This is where this final could be decided. Players coming off the bench. In-game management from Vincenzo Italiano, David Moyes. What have they got in their locker?
Sofal. There was an arm there, a hand there used by Saponara.
No, I don't think that one was Saponara. I thought his arm was in a natural position. Good decision from the assistant. Just see here. Yeah, it's come off his hip first. Good decision.
Will be a long throw in though into the Fiorentina box. Taken by Sofal in towards Antonio, and Socha was there, and it's tight angle. Well, the free kick has gone Fiorentina's way.
Yeah,
here.
I think there was a back heel into the face of Milenkovic. Just see here, tries a little back heel there. Good decision.
Game feels like it's right on a knife edge, doesn't it?
High stakes football on the European stage. A match that means so much, means everything to both sets of supporters. Nuno Gomez scored the winner the last time Fiorentina won a trophy. It was under Mancini back in 2001. 1980, the last time the Hammers won major silverware. It's up for grabs here in Prague. Everybody competing for everything. Paquetá. Final 10 minutes.
You can just sense a nervousness around the stadium, Don, can't you? The West Ham fans, you know, the elation scoring the penalty. Instantly then Fiorentina reply. You can just sense in these final 10 minutes there's a little bit of nervousness amongst the supporters.
Yeah, well, this is where the dynamics of the game, when the players are checking the clock and they see 80 minutes and they go, do we step on to win the game? Because what you don't want to do is lose the game in the last 10. It's a hard one to manage.
Sochat looked to win it and did. Forced the save from Terracciano. Corner to West Ham, looking to put some pressure on here, the Hammers.
Right, he's taken a long run at Solskjaer. I'm not sure I think he's trying to head it into Bowen's path, and the goalkeeper was moving forward. He's had to push it round the post.
Tino Kehrer has come forward here. Aguerd is in there as well. So Sochat got something on it. Sofal, Rice, still plenty in there to aim at. He's overcooked it.
Not a great ball out from Declan Rice. He liked that one back again. He should have just clipped it in towards the penalty spot.
Holding his thigh there, Jared Bowen. Just while we have this break in play, I'll tell you in a moment after we see this replay as to how Bowen has been hurt. Friday night brings a look ahead to this weekend's Champions League final. The preview show is on BT Sport 1 ahead of the main event the following night, live from Istanbul. What an occasion it'll be. Manchester City against Inter, another game that pits Premier League against Serie A. Nothing to separate Fiorentina and West Ham with 8 minutes of normal time to go.
It just shows you how hard it is to win a European competition, should I say. I think West Ham are on 47 years and only Man City are longer in 51. That's how hard it is.
Milenkovic. There's a good run here from Mandragora, and it goes wide to Saponara. Biraghi. Amrabat. Gonzalez was calling for it, it's floated in his direction. They've got to keep it better, West Ham.
Cheap giveaway. You hear the moans in the stadium from the West Ham fans. They know their team's under pressure.
Bonaventura. Again, there was a run from Mandragora. Again, it was ignored. Milenkovic. Gonzalez. Dodo. Is there going to be cutting edge here from Fiorentina? Biraghi with the shot. And a real waste from his side's perspective. So a centre-back coming on here. Igor, straight swap for Ranieri. There was a lot of choice for Italiano in that second centre-back position. With Martinez quieter. Somebody else that could have played there. Igor, 25 years old, Brazilian, who's in his 4th season with Fiorentina. Won the UEFA Youth League with Salzburg under Marco Rosa back in 2017.
Offside.
That did stay down. Fornals with the header rolled out by Terracciano. Gonzalez. There's Rice in front of him. Came off Antonio. Bonaventura couldn't wriggle away. Emerson brings it forward now for West Ham. Antonio. Dodo slid in on Emerson. It will be West Ham's ball.
It's not a good tackle, that, from Amrabat. Whether he's faded in the game, but that's a tackle he shouldn't really be going in for. He's never going to win the ball.
He's maybe said a bit too much there, Amrabat.
I think it's for the studs there. Yeah, that's not a great tackle, and you can see the studs are up. He's caught Emerson on the shin. Definite yellow card.
I mean, you're taught there as a player just to stay on your feet, because now you're inviting trouble. You're inviting West Ham to put a dangerous free kick inside the 18-yard box.
5 minutes ago, a chance to be a hero, a chance to celebrate in front of all those West Ham fans. Can they get a good delivery? Can they get a contact? And can somebody be a hero?
It's the skipper, Declan Rice, who will take it. West Ham need a difference maker. Rice then to put this in the box with threat. Gonzalez. Saponara's chasing, but so far comfortably there first.
Got to say, what a header. I think it was Cabral.
It was.
What a header that was defensively.
Came off Biraghi. Oh, it's so nervous here in Prague. One last big effort at the end of such a long season. They've got to dig deep here. Too much on it for Bowen.
That was the throw that led to the penalty being given, so foul to Bowen. Again, they didn't switch on Fiorentina. That led to the penalty being given.
David Moyes had said this was his biggest night in football. Will it be a night that ends in joy or despair? Came off Amrabat. Rice with the header wide here to Fornals. Well, June 10th to the 11th is our weekend of champions across BT Sport and Discovery Plus. Look at that lineup, so much fantastic live sport on the horizon, and don't forget, there's plenty to come from the French Open now and over the next fortnight. Relevant subscription required. Igor. Pressure being applied by Socek. Players desperate not to make a mistake right at the end of the 90 minutes, a mistake that could prove fatal. Dodo. Saponara. Captained by Paquetá. They've lost it here, West Ham. Could spell danger. It's come out for Amrabat, who drives one in. Well held on to by Areola.
Paquetá initially does exceptionally well, winning the ball back. But then three Fiorentina players around him, putting the pressure on. They like to pinch the ball high. And that allows the shot from Amrabat, comfortable save.
Antonio was pulled back by the substitute Eagle, and they can float one into the box from here.
Has to be a foul, yellow card, surely. No, referee has allowed that one to go.
Could they nick it right at the end? Approaching the final minute of normal time. Focus in the eyes of Sofal. Fiorentina with everybody back. Sofal's ball in. Terracciano's come for it. Gets the decision from the referee. Who will make the difference for one of these sides? Extra time looming. Had the potential always this to be a long night. Paquetá, he's played it through, and Bowen's in! It's up for grabs now! He's done it! David Moyes is on the pitch! West Ham have won it! European glory is theirs! Surely, Moyes' mission is accomplished! The wait for major silverware must be over now! What a moment!
Oh, what a moment! He'll be forever blowing bubbles if this stands in his wildest dreams. We'll have to see the timing of the pass. I think it's onside, and then his first touch, he looks up and he puts it over the goalkeeper. Write yourself in history, Bowen. It's a wonderful ball. Composure in front of the West Ham fans. Bowen, what a moment.
What a pass.
Well, it looks like Baragi's the player that's playing him onside. Now it's about calm. You see Igor trying to get back in just to put him off, and he just does enough. Ecstasy in the West Ham end.
What a ball from Paquetá. And is this the goal that finally ends West Ham's long wait for a major trophy?
Goal given.
Check complete. I have to say it did look onside anyway. I wasn't in too much doubt personally, but I bet the West Ham fans watching at home were worried. Wow. They needn't have been.
I hope we had a camera on David Moyes. He sprinted to the West Ham fans. The emotion on that bench, but Bowen, in his wildest dreams, scoring a goal in the European final. Is that to be the winner?
Fiorentina not done yet. Saponara with the header. A minimum of 5 minutes added time. West Ham on the brink of European glory.
Calm heads needed now if you're West Ham. Game management. Vincenzo Italiano's men are in trouble.
Jarrod Bowen, a player who was rejected by Cardiff and Aston Villa as a teenager. Went to Hereford where Peter Beadle gave him his debut as a youngster. He's gone from playing in non-league football to potentially scoring the goal that ends that wait, that decades-long wait. Barak is on, the player who scored right at the end of extra time in the semi-final for Fiorentina.
Well, this is what you're taught now. If you're Areola, you hit this right channel and you're asking Mikel Antonio to win the first header. You might get a cheap throw in, but territorially, West Ham need to stay at this end of the pitch.
Three minutes to go. Game management. Run that clock down. You can hear it. West Ham are massive everywhere they go. Can they hold on?
Bonner will come on here for Antonio. He might not have seen a lot of the ball in and around the box tonight, but that man has run himself into the ground.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just see the game out. David Moyes criticised at the start of the season moments when he could have left his job, they stuck with him, and he could be on the verge of giving West Ham a European trophy, European football. The fans deserve it, they've enjoyed it. Will this journey continue next season?
Long it goes from Biragi. Just over a minute to go. Might be a little bit longer than that. Amrabat. Biragi plays it forward again. Maybe there'll be one last chance for Fiorentina, but West Ham get it clear. Bowen gives chase. He's written himself potentially here into club folklore.
Oh, so is Declan Rice, by the way. First European trophy since Bobby Moore.
Terracciano a long way out of goal. It's getting desperate here from Fiorentina. Bonaventura, their goal scorer. Seconds remaining here in Prague.
Got to go long. Got to find an angle, Fiorentina, and it has to go in the box. The centre-backs are up.
Barak, Saponara.
Stop
the block cross so foul.
Stop the cross again. This is it. This is it.
Amrabat. Can they hold out? Another ball into the box. Artur Cabral with the knockdown. Fornals gets it clear. West Ham baying for the final whistle. Dodo. Paquetá says there was an arm used there. Into a 6th minute of added time. The flip by Barak. All eyes on the referee.
Oh, well done, well done. He's getting the crowd going. Is this it?
Surely this has got to be the last attack. Igor. Nodded down to Artur Cabral. Emerson clears. West Ham are nearly there. Anywhere will do now. And they get the free kick, and they're ready to celebrate.
Oh, wow, what a job David Moyes has done. 11 players on the pitch, 16. However many people have taken part in the whole competition. West Ham are massive everywhere they go. They're just going to lift a European trophy. Amazing, amazing season. Jarrett Bowen, what a finish. And the West Ham fans on the journey, they're going to see their side lift a European trophy.
We've had almost 7 minutes of added time. Dodo back to Terracciano. I think there was a check of the watch there from the referee. Into an 8th minute of added time we've gone. Amrabat with the header. Emerson was there. Fighting for everything out there. And they've got a free kick, Fiorentina.
How long's the referee playing, by the way?
A lot longer than we expected.
The keeper will go, this is it. This is it.
Well, Terracciano's looking across to Italiano, asking the question.
Don't ask the question, just get in there. Don't worry about Italiano, get in there.
Well, he stayed back, the goalkeeper.
One more defensive header for West Ham, it's all they need. Keeper's on his way.
Switched on. concentrated. Terracciano has come forward. Areola came for it. And behind it goes. Goal kick given. History makers! Legends! The wait is finally over. Bowen's goal enough. Moyes has made it happen. Fiorentina and Italiano are beaten. Decades, many decades of disappointment are over. All that hoping, all that dreaming. Now it's for real. This is finally West Ham's time.
Absolutely amazing scenes. The emotion to score the goal from Benrahma, then to concede. But then, how good was Bowen? And David Moyes, look at him, go on Moisey! Moisey, you've done it! You were under massive pressure. You've done it, look at Moisey, he's dancing, he's up and down, Moisey, go on Moisey!
Followed in the footsteps of the likes of John Lyle and Ron Greenwood. David Moyes has delivered major silverware, Dom.
It's amazing, you can see the emotion on his face, and the skipper Declan Rice, you don't know if this is going to be his last game or not for West Ham United, but every single player has put a real shift in this season. It's been a really long season, and the job that David Moyes, when you look back what he's done at West Ham, a sixth, a seventh, a semi-final, and now a final, and now a champion. So pleased for him.
What a moment.
Wow.
This is their moment. Declan Rice, what an inspiration he has been. The youngest player in the side. Italiano's complaints go on. He's now lost 2 major finals in the same season. So frustrated. But this is what they'd hoped for.
Moisey's going for it. Look at the youngster. Unbelievable.
There is going to be some party in Prague.
Adam, this is why you're in the game. Yeah. This is why you play the game, for moments like this.
Wow. And let's not forget, they've now qualified for the Europa League.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, and credit everybody at West Ham keeping faith in David Moyes. You know,
They could have panicked.
They could have panicked. They could have got rid of him, but they stuck with him. They secured their status in the Premier League. And now they've just won a European trophy. But credit the ball, was it Paquetá with a ball through?
Oh, what a pass.
And the run.
And such a calm and composed and cultured finish from Jarrod Bowen. I'll repeat what I said earlier. A player who's come from non-league football, started out at Hereford, his local club. He did so much for his career, he said that himself. From there, from those relatively humble beginnings, with all due respect to the non-league system, something I'm very proud of in this country myself, but he's come from that to this, Dom, to this.
It's phenomenal, the job he's done is phenomenal, and I hope the atmosphere is coming through the TV screens, and it's worth probably us lot just being quiet for 5 seconds, because you've got to take it in. It's amazing for the players. You can see Declan Rice, such a good professional, the work that he does on and off the pitch, and he's adored here. And if he is going to be his last ever game at West Ham, what a way to go. West Ham fans will hope it's not the case, and they'll hope David Moyes and this group of players, and especially Declan Rice, will stay on.
The most special of moments, one that every Hammer will cherish forever. European glory is theirs. West Ham are the 2023 Europa Conference League winners. Declan Rice follows in the footsteps of great West Ham captains of the past, like Bobby Moore and Billy Bonds. What a moment, what a night. They've done it in Prague.